Oh dear. I just hit live, but I'm gonna have to take Luna out. Pretty girl. Come on, pretty. You're starting this stuff already, huh, silly girl? Come on, let's do this. I just started my job, please, ma'am, sir. Sir, ma'am. Please, sir, ma'am. Come on, prettiness. Wanna walk around? Hurry up, let's do this. I thought I had 30 minutes, and then you buggy. You got the moon and Gemini. Come on, pretty. Come on, let's go. Come on, pretty. I'll be back. Come on, pretty. Oh no. Oh no, my power charger cable. Come on, Lou. Come on, pretty. Come on. Come on. You're so cute. Look how cute you are with your little bear face. Come on. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go, pretty. Come on. Good girl. Thank you for walking with me, pretty lady. We will meet later and walk again. Okay. Ooh. That's why I don't plan. Because the universe has another plan. And if my plan don't match up with the universe's plan, I get pissy. So I just decided some years back that I'm not going to plan. I put out fishing hooks. I got a cool story about a man I met yesterday named Charlie when I went in to the post office. A buddy of mine sent me this. It watches my videos. Hottie Pants. I hope you feel better. I hope the chicken makes you feel better, Hottie Pants. I got that for my birthday from my buddy DM. Thank you, DM. It's on the keychain. Little Gerber knife. Good boy, Hottie Pants. So, anyway, yesterday I just had to kind of recover from the day before. Whoa. And then it was funny, I watched The Good Doctor, an episode of The Good Doctor last night, and it actually aired on my birthday, which was the 9th. And the congruences between that show and what happened on my birthday were remarkable. And the stuff, and it's, so it's like prophetic, right? Is that where it's like prophesy, like when they say the Simpsons are prophetic, like they predict things, so to speak. In this episode of The Good Doctor, he had, or he could have potentially had a meltdown like I did, only he got into the solution like I did. And what cracks me up about this shit, I'm looking for my headphones that I just set down. I can't remember what I did with them. What cracks me up about that is the show was made like what, probably 4 or 5 weeks ago, like where the actors gathered together around the table and did the read through, and then they tried it with that, did the run through, and then take, right, action, cut, and then it was put out on the same day. And then like my day, energetically, and then they even said things in it like, you gotta let people like that go because you're never gonna make them happy. And that was the experience that I'm having with my landlady. Freaking trippy shit, man. Trippy stuff. So I was just listening to this lady. I'm gonna come back and listen to her. I never seen her before, so guess I wasn't ready to. And she has Chiron and Aries in her 8th house and is sharing her experiences, how that is playing out. I got it in my 10th. And I'll read about it, things, and then I'll read about them later, and I'll get different interpretations. I looked it up today. I was like, well, I don't remember ever. I mean, I did a talk about it before, but that was 2017, 2018, about my experience with Chiron and Aries. But let me look it up today in 2024 and see what, Chiron and Aries is the orphan. Whether you're born with parents or not, you still are like ostracized. You're the, we make black sheep feel like white sheep. Earnestly speaking. So so I looked it up. The 10th house is social status, because I've always been like the bastard. And I just found out a couple years ago I was literally the bastard. Like I was not born in wedlock like they told me. I don't know why people lie about stuff. Just so you can feel bad when you figure it out later. Because the truth always comes out. Nothing stays kept under, Because at some point it's gross. You get people that... I'm seeing reels of like old dudes picking up like old dudes gross. Picking up girls walking home from high school, like ask, like, hey, you ever been with the real? No, I don't want. I'm a girl. I'm a young girl. I don't want to know what it's like to be with the real man, a fake man, any kind of man, because I'm too busy being a girl. And there's so many of us girls that have had this experience by dudes or chicks, unwanted advances. It don't matter. Just like people that don't respect boundaries. I mean,
I need people to be direct with me because I'm not good with but there's very few women on this planet that would even get my attention anymore at this point. I mean, I've tried to date the pretty girls. I tried to make the smart girls, the dumb girls, the ogos, the freaking poor. No. I'm kidding around. I don't really try to date very often. Because girls that like me are straight women, and they want to try. The thing of it is that whenever relationships don't work, there's reasons why. Each participant, and then like women that play games. I like to play games like 1, 2, 3, 4. I declare a thumb war, and people like to do bullshit like, I'm gonna pretend like you're my favorite thing, but I'm gonna be dating all these other people and doing all these other things over here. Spreading themselves thin, and I get crumbs and all. It just, I'm a sucker for a pretty face. And then so like women they'll like, oh well, she's got all this masculine energy, but I'll try the same bullshit that I try on dudes. I'm a woman. I know the tricks. I'm a woman. I don't do the tricks because it's bad karma. And then I'd let people know, like, yeah, women do, they think it's fun in games until they realize the woman knows all the trips of, like, ways that they're trying to manipulate them and all this shit like they used to do with the dudes, and it just don't work on me. Unless they're a really pretty face, and they smell good, have a cool shoe collection, and are tall. So the 10th house of social status, that's where my Chiron in Aries sits, right? So I've always been like the fucking, like, all, like, okay, Marge, tell us what you say. And then I'll say the thing, and then like the whole room will turn its back and quietly walk away, only to leave me wondering, was it something I said? The 10th house, located at the very top of the birth chart, is the apex of your unique story, and yes, it's basically the house of popularity. So I think it's funny that I just turned 50 2 years ago. I've been very unpopular most of my whole. I've been unpopular. I'm not a popular person, or I'm not popular for the things that I think I should be. And so now I just hit my Chiron return. I feel like me in the United States, like as a creditable, energetic imprint, are going to trade places. Because USA is having its Chiron return too. So I feel like as the USA goes down, like, that's kind of how I feel about things. I was so stoked about because Mom and I watched it twice. I said, Ma, this show, I don't like how they make characters out of trophies. And then they put ribbons on the trophy, and the character that died, he had like little gay boy trophy. He had, he had the rainbow flag trophy button ribbon. He had he grew up Jewish. I don't like talking about religion and stuff like that. See, to me, there's just assholes and withholders, and angels and good people. There's people that care, and then people that don't. We don't need to be splitting no red heifer hairs that I pray turn white as silver. Okay, every time I think of, I gotta say a prayer for him. I just gotta. So it's my new thing. I pray a lot, and so whenever I feel compelled, Spirit moves me. Yep. Okay. So intense. I watched, and that's what when the good dog, he got over. Like, people came at him this way, and people came at him that way. This happens to regular people in society. Like, he has, like, the good doctor has a the family. Like, he has people that he can put the things that stress him, he can take those and put them on other people. And there's so many single people out in the world right now. They just got to carry their stress around while watching it. I think one of the things the hardest things for me to get over is watching stupid people have so much while intelligent people are made to just struggle and survive. Like, really. Because I know so many haves that have what they have because they were given it, like they didn't have to sit there and fill out an application. They didn't know. It was just, no, come on in, we got a desk for you. Like, shortcut, taking cuts because of who they know. The deck is stacked. So the lady I was just talking to, she was talking, and I've heard this before, Virgo don't see Aries. Because Virgo is all about others, and Aries is all about self, and like attracts like. And I went, oh, wow. See, I'm a strange, the story with my line. Part of what I do here is I incorporate the astrology and how it's playing out in my life with my family. And if you do that with your family, you will see that your family's storylines are no different than the weird shit of the Greek myths of like Medusa and Zeus and all of those gods. Because those potentials, energies of how they acted, they act within us. And that's why in 2024, storylines are being played out of freaking weird shit. It's, all the weird pervy stuff that's coming out. It's in their DNA. They just don't have the wherewithal out with the ability to freaking don't do that because it's wrong. They don't got no morality. They don't got no filter. They just got ego and go around do whatever they want because don't you know who they are and blah, blah, blah. And you got to have discipline. You got to have restraint. You got to take care of your body, whether you want to do stupid exercise that you don't want to do or not. Because if you don't, that opens up the door of the realm of indulgence. And then people, well, I'm going to make myself feel better in other ways. And then it always makes them feel worse. And then they have to go deeper in the depths of darkness to get those things that make them feel better. It's pervy, it's gross, I know, and I talk more about this stuff in real life that I can't talk about here. A lot of people have Scorpio moon. They'll be able to relate too. So watching him, like, there was a scene where all these people just were like coming at him, and you could see that he was getting and then another chick actress, she's autistic in real life too, she's on the spectrum, I'm pretty sure. He covers his ears and so she sees, she's like, okay, I see you're covering your ears, so I recognize what's happening to you. She's like, this, so okay, prioritize. And then helped him in his way of thinking. See, we have to help people with their brains, not with some fucking cold ass system run by a bunch of freaking Capricorns and Virgos that can't see people. How are you going to help people you can't see? Like attracts like. My brother is a Virgo. My sister is a Virgo. It cost her life. I'm a Virgo sandwich. I'm an Aries and a Virgo sandwich, sibling-wise. But it doesn't even matter what the signs are. It's balanced and imbalanced at this point. And then I had an experience where that day on my birthday, I had a meltdown. The landlady threatened to throw me and Mom out, which threatened my hierarchical needs, not just mine, but Mom's and the dog's. Over bullshit, because she got overstimulated. And instead of me standing in I ended up in the mayor's office saying, okay, you got a housing crisis, here it is, right in your face. What do I do? I had to call the dispatcher. I should have called the non-emergency. The lady, dispatch number 15, thank you. She was so nice. I said, will you just talk to me? Just talk to me. I just need someone to talk to so I don't think about how scared I am right now. Just talk to me. Please. Just get me home. I'm fine. They're like, can you pull over? I said, no, I gotta get home. I'm at the 2-hour mark. I can't leave, blah, blah, blah. Then they sent a sheriff. I don't know why they sent, is that protocol? They sent a sheriff to my house. He was far less compassionate. I think I might write a letter to the sheriff, and well, I don't know if he'll get it, because I think that like the main sheriff, he's the same guy that when I drive into town any given day, Monday through Friday, he's napping on 522 on a turnout between 10 and 12. They don't care, but people are gonna figure out that you're gonna have to care, because humanity is the only thing that's gonna save this earth. And I see people struggling. I checked in last night. This morning I got up about 2, came out, laid down in the living room, and girl, I used to watch on, if she has a time, I kind of track her and stuff, and she's just going through a hard time. I just have seen her kind of spiral down. It kind of makes me sad. I just pray for people that they find the strength in themselves to lift themselves up. And the story about the van, I went to Metric Motors yesterday to tell them, I said, if you know somebody that's in the community that's like really in need, I got something for them. And then I remembered I got a text message. I got a text message a while back that said, where'd it go? Will you lease your van? And this was back on March 14th, so almost a month ago. So somebody's in need. So after the sun comes up a little bit more, I'm going to go ahead and call them. And then I got a text message from somebody else last night. Good girl, you're so pretty. And it was too late. It said, good evening, Margaret. I'm a friend of Alameda's, and we are finishing up building a house. We will be moving out of 2 of our little condos. A studio with a full kitchen, and in a different building, a large single lock-off bedroom. Both come with all utilities paid. Studio's Viber for fiber optics, but not activated. It's 525 square feet, and the room is 351. They can be furnished, partially furnished, or not. The studio is 1,100, and the room is 800. They should be ready June 1st. Oh, and they include membership to Taos tennis and access to the tennis and pickle courts, swimming pools, and hot tub. Please call if you'd like to chat. Have a good day. Dr. Chaplin, and I don't know how to pronounce the name, so I'm not going to say it anyway. So things are happening. All I do is I do the next right thing, and it leads me to the next right thing. And so that's how I try and conduct my life, because I'm scared a lot. Because fear is a vibrational frequency. It can also be construed and as excitement, and I don't like either. I don't like up here. I like down here. So I gotta work harder to be brave. So I might write a letter to the sheriff and then maybe introduce them to the idea of maybe some compassionate human being training. Because their bro, I love seeing how their bro culture is falling down. I tracked this attorney in on TikTok. Her name's Sheila. She's Greek. She's a Taurus, I think. I'm getting. Is what my interpretation is. Where is it? Sheila, thank you, and I'm sorry. She was talking about mama's boys, but they call them something else now. It's like, I don't know. They all got soft hands. This chick. So, I wonder if she pinned it or whatever. I pinned her. I commented on her because there's these a-hole cops that like there's jerks out there that just like to freaking cause harm to people. They're just bullies. They're just ugly. And it was funny when I was at the park yesterday. The dudes and I were rifting. We were rifting back and forth because when I put it on my TikTok page, they have all these federal agencies that play all the time. And right now, I don't like the federal government. I don't like any they are the resource hogs. It is like the most expensive welfare system, and they cause a lot of problems more than they fix. And right now there's like look at all those trucks. Look at all, and it goes, this whole parking lot, this is in front of, and it goes like back the other way and down the other way. Every one of those trucks is like how much money? Like 200,000, like what's the MSRP on that shit? And the maintenance, because they all get new tires every 6 months, whether they need them or not, because we gotta pay the bullshit to take care of the people that take care of the people, but you don't take care of the people because you're too busy on bullshit like this, right? And so on my way to the park to feed homeless, because this shit exists too much, because these people that drive these trucks, they better be in, like, you only have all this shit if you maintain your fitness standards. Because a couple years ago, the biggest fire in New Mexico history started because this group, the United States Forestry Department, kicking hippies out of forests for all time, because don't you know who they are? They started the largest fire in New Mexico history, and they never paid out how disappointing. What a smack in the face to the people that they lived in New Mexico for generations. Their farms, their family homes have been burned down. They don't get jack shit, but these guys all get new trucks. That is why society is crap, because that don't make no sense. Because we're spiritual beings having human experiences, but some demons got in charge there, and now they get their rocks off from people suffering. And so we've been living on an alien ant farm, and that shit's changing. Because I got Chiron and Aries in my 10th house. Some kid said some bullshit. You're weird. Why are you saying this? I said, why don't you come talk to me when your balls drop? Come step. When you get that man vibe. Because you got boy vibe energies right now. Holy cow. A school job just dropped these kids off to swim home through trash water. This is happening in New Orleans. This is going on in the world right now in America. Richest land. I mean, it's just because why are people suffering? Because of money laundering, and money isn't even real. And that's what I call today's talk. If money did not exist, and I was listening, that's fucking disgusting, man. I was watching Homeboy, and I've had this conversations with before, because my heart always imagined a planet like your skill is gonna be the way. The electricity that makes your heart beat, that currency, that is what's going to motivate people and drive their hearts. And I've been learning my whole life just so I can help people fix their shit. Because I know what it's like to not have money. So I learned how to be the person to fix that with the knowledge instead. Because I always thought knowledge was more important. And I listen to this Homeboy sometimes. I don't agree with them a lot. It don't matter. I don't gotta agree with everything people say to listen, to get value and appreciate them. I think he's a Pisces, actually. I wonder when his birthday is. Anyway, in a minute, so he's talking about, more BS in the sandbox. More kids freaking, my dad can beat up your bullshit. Religious, it's all nonsense. Anybody that's willing to kill another human being over an idea or a thought that is not tangible has no place on my planet Earth. I'm just going to start talking about the things that don't have no place on my planet Earth. See if what that turns into. I went into town yesterday. It was such a trip. I went to the post office. I got that in the mail. And I met a cool dude named Charlie. And he was like, I opened the door. Like, we got to talk. By the time we walked out at the same time, and then I don't know what happened, and we were in a full-blown conversation. Oh, I think I can't even remember how it started. And before I know it, the man's telling me he was a crab fisherman in Alaska. And I was like, I used to crab when I was a little girl. I was like 2 years old, 3 years old. I got my first crab net. And we'd go out after I'd be bouncing when I got home, pinging, and just would beg Mom, take me down to the dock. So I grew up hanging out with old men. There's a lot of really cool, safe old dudes out there. There's just a lot of creeps. You gotta learn how to decipher which are there too. Maybe they're the same under different circumstances. Just keep them out of those circumstances. I don't know. Discernment's weird. So we go down on the docks all the time in Morro Bay and stuff. I'd get my little crab net, throw them down in the water, and watch the crabs walk. And oh my God, I love that shit. I didn't tell him that whole story, but I gave him the abridged version. But I'm like, that must be why I'm drawn to you. And I said, what's your name? He said, I'm Charlie. And because he walked out, he gets into a Suburban, and his newer than mine. He just had his rear oil main seal done, and I'm about ready to have mine done when Mercury goes direct. And so, good girl, I love you so much. I'm sorry, I'm not being present. I'm thinking about other things. I gotta come back in the moment. Excuse me a moment. Let me turn on my music. I don't know why it turned off. There were so many different congruences, though. Like, that show... I don't know. I think I handled myself pretty good. But that's the thing, is more and more people... See, you should have said... Even the mayor went. He's like, oh, I know. I got all the shots. When I said, no, you went through that whole... And I went and got mine that day, too. I was in a special case study. I was just randomly selected to give her 8 anthrax vaccines. So let's see what does. There's like 30, 40 per, only 30. I wonder, how do you get to that? How do you get Those I need to start putting together a team. Yep. I know so many brilliant people. They're like me. They can't stand hanging out with other people too much. But maybe things are shifting for them too. Anyway, homeboy on that video I was listening to this morning, I mean, he's talking, he's talking about like money isn't doing the trick anymore. He just bought a freaking semi-automatic weapon for $2,000 though. I mean, like there's like a lot of single moms, you could have bought them a fucking array and the earth would have paid you back better, but he couldn't pass it up because it was a great deal. It was a $5,000 gun, but he got it for $2,000. That's what I'm saying is like people, they're not getting it. Like energy, currency. That's why I gotta do stuff like fucking, message somebody and be like, hey, you need a van, huh? Or like, what can I do to help? Because there was a woman in I wish I would have give it to her, honestly. It was before I was gonna sell the van and stuff, and it was like before I was kind of thinking about it, but she needed a van to get her mom around that's immobile, that would fit like a mobile cart in to get to her appointments, and it's perfect for that. So maybe that's her. World, when you're supposed to meet people, universe will take you from one part of the planet to the other to put you in their face for whatever reason you're supposed to engage, And humans think they're so powerless, and they create these great, big, huge, glorious lives for themselves. No, they're diverting themselves for storylines that they're supposed to be. They hijacked it because we're supposed to live our lives in congruence to what Creator wants. And sometimes that doesn't include living that best life. Sometimes that includes suffering. So you know what it feels like to look, what suffering feels like. And then when you see suffering on another human being, you're like, damn, that fucking sucks, dude. What can I do to alleviate, to relieve some of the burden of the stress on your fucking soul right now that I see in you? Can I first buy you a sandwich? Or tacos? Let's go out to, Everybody deserves tacos. They're fucking pricing people out. There's places here in Taos. Fuck you with your $5, $6 fucking 2-bite taco. Fucking motherfucking bitches. Come on, man. People are poor here because of that shit. And you know what's so stupid is like marijuana's been legal since I lived here. I mean, that is just like free money. The taxes on it's just so much money, just fucking piles of money. So much money the governor can go to Dubai. So much money they can piss away shit on electric vehicles and fuck waste it on this and waste it on that and have their freaking, their conferences with their curtains on their tables and their banners and their plaques and their awards that say, look at us, we're so important, while their freaking communities are dissolving. That shit is stupid. Huh, pretty girl? She says, don't you just get all upset. And these people are freaking out because they're like, oh my God. They see where things are going just like everybody else. People are just like trying to get the old world for what it's worth, just hanging on for dear life, just trying to wring it out. So I met Charlie and he got into a Suburban, and that was really cool. Great minds. I say, I hope I see you around town, Charlie. I'll smile and wave. That was just a trip to the post office. And then, So I was blessed with the grace of a calm day yesterday, and like, you know, it was cool. And then got to go to the park and hand out some tacos. That was cool. I made a TikTok about it. TikTok about it. Third eye activated. Third.eye activated. Same picture with my red t-shirt and purple whatever headband color. What else? What else? What were the other congruences? Oh, the dude that did it. The dude that like there's I still don't because I turn on the TV and then I like putter, like I make, or I'll clean, or I'll do this, or I'll do that. So I don't even know what like the incidents of what caused the mass casualty event, but they I guess whatever made them do it, like they tried to get help but the system failed. And that's what I'm just like, dude, this is what we're facing. Because people don't know how to be human beings. They don't know how to be fucking cool to, like, when somebody's freaking out, like, oh my, like you could tell. So like just say like, okay, like give them a fucking plate and let them throw that shit on the ground. I'm not kidding, dude. There's so many things that people, like, whatever that is inside, it's got to get out. Just like let people release it. So here, you know, when you see freak, you know, like here, just fucking throw that. Here, break a window. Fucking do whatever you got to do to release. And then once you release, you can come back into a place of focus. But people disassociate. And other people should know what that recognize what that looks like. I see it all the time. I see examples of disassociation all over reels by the people that are recording the specific said scary traumatic event. Like when people are like see a horrible, terrible accident and they're just sitting there recording and not putting that fucking phone down and going and helping, like that is the disassociation. Like they are just a spirit in the world spectating. Oh, God bless it. Artie's belly's upset. Yeah, he's resting comfy now. He's back there. Oh, they're all back there sleeping. He got chicken. I got up early and boiled chicken this morning for him. When I went to bed, I just put potty pads all over the living room, and I'm so glad I did. Thank God I did. He's a good boy, though. He's a good boy. So, and I boiled some chicken. I'm going to go in to get some more chicken. I got to go do it, just like a couple quick errands. I don't want to be around nobody. I don't want to be out in public. I don't want to talk to anybody. I'm not going to talk to... yeah, well, I got to make a couple phone calls, but... Fixed and middle. See, that's the thing, is they stack the deck with astrology, I swear they do, and they get all these people with all this fixed energy and they put them in positions of power, and then like us, but they don't like they don't sway, like this is how it is, and they don't got no hearts and no souls and no spirits, because their ego, the ego is easing God out. God is good, orderly direction. You know, they've been scumbags for too long. They don't know what it is to be a good person anymore, to care about others. It's like they became a brand. It's weird, dude, what freaking power does to people. Anyway, and so now the shift is happening, so all this mutable energy is going to come in and be like, nope, because you got to be like, you got to consider this and consider that and consider this, consider that. So shift is happening. Virgo can't see Aries. What is that lady's name that I was talking to? Or not talking to, listening to? where honeybee astrology, Aries solar eclipse. She talked about this 6 days ago. She has Chiron and Aries in her 8th house, and that is, and like, but see, that's the thing is like, there are so many placements out there that people have that are just really, really cool, and I don't have them, and I can't even imagine what it's like to live with the benefits of having those placements because I don't have it. But I don't really know what I'm missing. At the same time, people that don't have Chiron and Aries say things like, they always think it's about them. Like, you think everybody's after you. And I'm like, no, I don't think everybody's after me. I just think that my life is supposed to teach me, like, how to navigate through things as if I was invisible and nobody saw me. And how would I get help and everything, just things that I need if I'm an invisible human being. And then I just learned to see other invisible people. Because only like attracts like, man. Huh, pretty girl? So, I think I might run my mouth long enough this time. That's about all I got for now. Thanks for hanging out. I hope